information thing, because like if you think about football, right, like how many like things happen like
Hi
during the
guys,
game,
sorry.
people get stabbed or like
Shut up, Joe. Sorry, I was something had popped up that I didn't want you guys to see, so I was trying to prevent you from seeing it, basically. Anyway, but I've deleted that part of the video, so I'll do the intro again. John has been at it again. Nothing new there then. We've just had a look at his YouTube account. I'm just going over to Social Blade. And we're seeing that his views have been dropping. But he's been doing something which he shouldn't be doing, which is these things here. Which are live sub counts to pump up his views, because he's had to delete a lot of Jeffree Star videos. When Jeffree Star was starting to do videos with other people sort of outside the makeup community, John wanted a piece of that pie, essentially, because we all know how much John likes to be a part of everybody else's world, but not his own. So, right, we will go over to Social Blade, and we'll go into John's channel. The last time I saw it, it was showing income of naught. John cooking. Right. This is it. Right. So he's been able to increase his incoming, but he is still losing people. Now, do we know if this is legitimate? We don't. We know that John knows all about how to buy fake followers, because he's been doing it with other people's email addresses, which is something that is quite easily seeable. Let's see if Beauty by Ashley still got hers up. Let's have a look, because I know she was receiving some. Let's have a look. As I know she was receiving some. Her and Margot were the two that were, getting it the worst. They were literally waking up every morning with email addresses, emails from buying subscribers and buying followers on the list. So let's have a look. Can't find any, but I'm not gone by that far. Oh, girl, you tweet a lot. Anyway, I did actually come on this for a reason. I have been looking into John's Twitter of late, but I'll show you something. But I have a workaround. I'm not going to tell you what that is. This is my Twitter. Now, if you type in John Cooking, right? You click John's page. This account's tweets are protected. However, like I say, I have a workaround. Now, I'll get to them ones in a sec. These are ones that I received from my workaround not long ago. So, here we have his tweets, his more recent tweets. And believe it or not, these are recent tweets. Believe me. So, a lot of his tweets are old tweets. Some of the more recent one, which is this one here, is a month old. All his more recent tweets have actually been either removed, meaning he puts them up then takes them down. Whether he's tweeting about any of the drama channels or any of the social commentary channels or anybody like that, We don't know. But it's mainly video related. And these were in tweets and replies, and we'll go on to that tweet in a sec. Actually, we'll do that in a minute. So these are his more recent tweets. So what's he been doing the last month? Now that takes me to this. As we know, this summer John decided to go over to America and stay with members of the Titty fam. I've already discussed in a previous, either a video or a live stream, I can't remember now, how much of a bad idea that was. How many people are dying because of people knowing where they live. You've got Boogie who's had death threats. You've had Dr. Disrespect who's been shot at. You've had other people that have received death threats because people know where they live. But he is somebody with over 300,000 subscribers, doesn't have the brain power to realise that he has to think, I know, we have to do this. I don't really have that much money because it was at a point he was going through a lot of drama, and he was starting to suffer from it, which he still is despite his tricks. And he's thinking, I know, save money, I'll stay with members of the Titty fam. Now, security reasons aside, it's also a bad idea because that person doesn't necessarily know the true person of who you are, especially if they are the ones that are insulated, like this woman who has royally become a cropper because of it. She never watched any of the hate videos, and she never watched any of the videos talking about him because she just thought that they were just lies. After spending some serious time with him, she realises that those of us that do hate videos, although they're not hate videos, the critique videos, don't do it just to be nasty. We do it because we can see through his shit. I used to be one of his Titty fam years ago. One of my first videos was defending him against Sanders, something I deeply regret now, but there you go. However, this girl has since found out different, and people have been threatening this girl. Let's see if I can find those tweets a sec. That's the thumbnail, I don't want the thumbnail. Right, so some of these are related to weird things that he's done in the past and whatnot. Now, there is speculation that these tweets are actually by him using a separate account. As we know, John has multiple accounts on multiple forms of social media. While I was looking up John, there was actually videos of how he creates fake accounts. Trust me, it's easy. How he creates fake accounts so that he can tweet himself and he can message himself using those accounts and those phone numbers, etc., to try and make it seem plausible that he hasn't done it, but somebody else has done it, protecting him. Now, we all know how I feel about people protecting other people. I don't agree with it. Not when you are threatening physical violence. You can say, I don't agree with you because of this reason, but if your first defense of somebody is, you're lying, I'm going to come and kill you, it doesn't really help your case any matter. So this person, even if it isn't John, really isn't helping John in any way. Dear, go for real, just go yourself, not bothered, but you sure were right, bah ha ha, total sweating me, bah ha. And then this was about Here for the Tea. And he tweeted Martin Lewis, this is what the crazy looks like, beware of her, and then tweets includes Jacqueline Hill, Laura Lee, Manny MUA, Shane Dawson, Mango Tea, Hillary Clinton, Bill O'Reilly, TMZ, and the UK police. She's a crazy. First of all, the UK police don't want to know anything about somebody that's in America. TMZ, she's not a celebrity. She isn't a person of the level of, say, Shane Dawson or Jeffree Star. Bill O'Reilly, really not bothered. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, really not bothered. Mango Tea might just, clutch onto it because he's clutching onto a lot of it at the minute. Shane Dawson, he's too busy. Manny Wade doesn't really give a shit. Laura Lee, she's really busy at the minute. And Jacqueline Hill is, you know, thinking of other things. Then this one, crazy. Do you go crazy? All you do is save screenshots and waste your time and your finger up your hoo-ha. Hilarious, I win. Now, these to me sound like they come from John more than anything, because of the language. Whether that is true, I don't know. And then he says, put the crack pipe down. You're the one talking about John cooking like a rabid dog. Get some rest. Start up again in the morning. Put the crack pipe down. No one's listening. Now, we've spoken before, and I've sent you over to Beauty by Ashley's videos on these exact topics. The woman who he stayed with, who he ruined her Jeffree Star palette. He's accused her of hitting her husband. He's accused her of being insane. He's took pictures and videos of her when she didn't want. He's took audio recordings of her when she didn't want, which is in America a violation of law. I think in this country too, but not 100%. Don't hold me to that. But I would pretty much guarantee that it was. Now, this is now no longer on John's Instagram, and I'll show you what I mean. Instagram. Yep, that's me. Oh, now. Right, so, John Cookie. Now, this is meant to... Now, whether or not he's done this as this person or done it as this person, let's see.
She found a video for today, which is going to take me a while to edit.
So yeah, Alexis / Elliot is him as well. So let's just go on, shall we? This is his normal Instagram. Now let's see if we can slash. Obviously, I think that's to do with a different part of Instagram. I don't use Instagram that much, so bear with me. This is his Instagram.
There's someone on Instagram that I've pasted. I'm not going to talk about this.
Showing videos, screenshots. It does
the top of the university. I was
which
really
is
angry about
this.
that. And that's just in
Yeah.
context. Like, I take things like this really seriously.
Again,
I would
by
never speak about
to
something like this
Beauty
unless
by
I have some
Ashley.
hard
She says,
evidence
keep
to
running
talk
with John
about.
Cooking.
And
I've
look at
let you
this,
sweat
just
it out for
crazy.
the last
Like,
month or so.
out of nowhere.
You
when did this
know,
happen?
you see those warrants, the
situation
same
is
warrants
very
you keep
strange
passing
to
on
me,
for
but I
rumours
think
and
it's important
fake.
that I just have an
That's
open communication
okay.
with you.
You'll see
This
how
is just
fake
like
the are
weird. Like,
soon.
honestly, I don't even know what triggered this. I don't know if he was just
those
having
that
a
are
bad day. Maybe he just
unaware,
had, you know, curry diarrhea or
the woman that he
something, but
stayed
this is
with
just
has
insane,
actually
like,
pressed
out of
charges.
nowhere. Okay.
And
weird thing for me is like brands. Like, if someone was to repost a photo of Laura Lee now after her actions, people would
I
be
think
like,
it's
no, it's
absolutely,
not okay.
absolutely
But I don't understand how
hilarious
brands
that he's
now can
trying
say,
to
well,
say,
actually,
oh no, they're not real, they're not real. So this is the account. The Alexis Stone. The subject I feel I need to address. Over the last 2 months, I've only had a handful of people who have set been sent on writing false and hateful narrative about me. It's brought to my attention this evening that one of the individuals, as seen in these clips, who is said to constantly lying about me and trying to destroy others, has said that I have been arrested for rape charges. Of course, this is a lie. Now, this is something that from the sounds of it, John's accusing somebody else of being accused of rape, which really, really doesn't surprise me. Really doesn't surprise me. But I'm also a little bit perplexed because this doesn't match anything that's on their Instagram. The only thing to do with social media is Peter, just other than hearts. So whether that's got something to do with the matter, really I wouldn't put anything past him. This, of course, has been a lie, a monstrous lie. It was blocked a long time ago. After I was shown his channel, and I didn't ever want to see his content again. He emailed me, asked me why I blocked him, which was predictable. And 7 months later, he started his campaign of lies to try and push me, mocking my mental health, suggesting I seek therapy. After publicly talking about my mental health myself, saying he had met me and then saying he hadn't, seeing and seeing me spit at people, making fake accounts saying I've told children to commit suicide, and I've also been spoken publicly for years about losing my ex-boyfriend to suicide, saying Charles Bolton had filed for a restraining order against me, which is again all lies. I have attached police reports and the dates from when I filed harassment charges against another individual, set on ruining my growth and failing. How anyone can support this person who is set on ruining other people's lives at any cost, I don't and won't ever understand. I've never been called racist, a rapist. I'm the reason my ex-boyfriend killed himself, a child molester, a criminal. It's beyond obscene. Now, what else can you call me or accuse me of? I urge you not to believe a single word that comes out of this inhumane person's mouth. I will always and have always told the truth. I don't take things. Thank you for continuing to support me. And don't forget that this monster has done this to others. So he's done this to others. The woman who opened her house to him, who let him stay at their house free of charge, who paid for food when they went out for meals, etc. He basically has called her every name under the sun, and he said that she was abusing her partner. He said that she'd given her permission to be recorded when she clearly hadn't. And he's done this to Peter. He's done it to Sanders. He's done it to other people. And he will continue to do it. Unfortunately, because that is the way people like him work. They work by, I'm the victim. Yeah, he privated his account. You have to be following him to be able to see it. And if you are able to see it, then you would see that for the last month there's nothing there. I'm good. I spoke to Ashley about this. I dug around after he doxed this poor woman to see how far I could get, and found her criminal records in Maryland. It's state by state, but it's illegal where she lives. Well, there you go. I know in this country I don't think it's legal to record. Can you record someone without their consent in the UK? Under this, it is not illegal for individuals to take conversations, provided the conversations are for their own use. If the person intends to use to make those conversations available, they must get consent of the person they have recorded. So even in this country, John's breaking the law. And this is something we raised when He did the whole thing with Here for the Tea when he recorded her phone conversation. She didn't know it was being recorded. And if he was intent on using it to go public, he needed to let her know. But then again, John doesn't seem to give a shit about the law. And he just seems to be getting worse. YouTube really need to step in, but I don't think they will. I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping something gets done, because it's getting to the point now where it's not only toxic, but it's also damaging people's reputation that aren't even attached to him. I live in the UK. I'm a British YouTuber like he is. And that's about where ours, okay, there's a few other similarities. We're both scientific minded and we're both artists. But other than that, our differences couldn't be more separated. He's a manipulative, self-serving prick. I'm not. And I would never make lies up to bolster my own fan base, to bolster people's opinion of me. Making lies up doesn't make people want to get to know you, doesn't make people want to talk to you or have a collaboration with you. It makes people go, I'm not even going to touch that. I'm not even going to go there. Because at the end of the day, it's not fair to anybody that gets painted with the brush that he paints so many people of. He has painted so many people of the brush of either being a child molester or helping a child molester, of being a rapist or helping a rapist, of being somebody who is vile and horrible, and when he is that person, he's projecting himself onto other people. He doesn't understand that the reason why all these situations around him go bad is when you're in so many situations where things go bad, you really need to take a step back and say, right, what's the constant in all those situations? What's the one thing that's the same in every single one of those situations? And 9 times out of 10, that's going to be one at fault. And in all those situations, it's him that's the constant. It's him that's the one that's involved in all those situations. But he doesn't seem to understand it, which to me is perplexing. Really is. I don't understand how he can't know that, or how he can't identify that in his head, that he's the constant, so he's the one person in the situation that really should be thinking, hold on, this isn't necessarily me, it isn't necessarily anything to do with me. And for him to say that he's innocent and that he hasn't done anything wrong and it's everybody else, it's like, really, John? You're going to carry on that rhetoric again? For how long have you been trying that and it hasn't worked? For how long have you been doing that and it hasn't worked? Obviously, if it's not working, it means something wrong. There is something wrong somewhere. You are doing something that you shouldn't be doing. You are doing things you shouldn't be doing. Oh God, Lexi, yeah, you're right. Like she's just said, because he's the male Joy Sparkle, BS, neither can see it. Yeah, just like on Easy On, I swear the three of them must be related. But it's a case of, I'm not saying there aren't worse people on YouTube. There are. And some of them, in my opinion, shouldn't even be on YouTube. We've already had conversations about Chris Ingham. We've already had conversations about Austin Jones. We've already had conversations about other evil, nasty people that have done the worst things. But the way that Onision, John and Joy do things is very emotionally manipulative. It's very, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, I'm the victim. It's like, no, you're not the victim. Everybody else is a victim for having to put up with your shit. It's like, he doesn't realise how bad he's making himself look. He thinks he looks great and that he's going to come out on top. It's like, how's that working for yourself, Roger? You're having to do live streams to boost your views. You're having to do live streams that last 157, well, just shy to 156 hours, which is 158 divided by 24 was just shy of 7 days. So you had to do a live stream for a week to boost your views up a bit. Really? Which, in my opinion, channels shouldn't be allowed to do this. Just my opinion. Why? If people really wanted to watch people's accounts, subscription count accounts, those websites you can use for that. So why would somebody watch a live stream of it? Makes no sense. But the plain simple fact is, he's going to continue this until somebody literally says enough is enough. He does have a lawsuit pending, which is true. As much as John likes to think that it isn't, it's true. And Addy's going to come back and kick him in the ass. Addy's going to come back and royally give him a swift kick up the jacksie. Now, do I want you guys to go and attack him? No. My guys generally don't. My guys don't. Even those that have given me death threats, my guys haven't gotten abused. Why? Because it's not worth it. But his fans do. I've had numerous death threats from his fans. And I think it's absolutely pathetic. And it's ridiculous and insane and stupid that, oh, I know, I'm gonna make myself seem more important and better than I am by making other people, worry about the safety. It's like, fuck off. You're a keyboard warrior and the person that you're defending is indefensible. So, but there you go. What I would love to do is I would love to for somebody. Now I know it would never happen, but because it's a violation of privacy. But what I would love for somebody to do is actually go to Newcastle University that has connections with Newcastle University and find out why he was kicked out. I would love to find out. Now, like I say, it will never happen because it's a violation of data and privacy. But there's so many of us that would love to know why. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was because he'd been doing shit like this to people. Or you're not going to give me a passing grade. I'm going to tell people that you did this. And it's like, it also pisses me off that he goes off at people with mental health issues when it is so clear to so many of us that he has mental health issues. And I do want him to get help. I do want him to be a better person, just like I do with Onision, just like I do with Joy. But the problem is the behaviour of these three people is it will never happen. It will never happen because they are too much in their own bubble. They are too much interfere. You don't want to. They don't like anything that disrupts their little world, and then anything that threatens that world, they'll attack. And it's like, well, why are you doing that? You're just proving us right. By attacking us, you are proving us right. Never interfere with when your enemies are making mistakes. All three of them are. Onision's been making mistakes for years, and I think the whole I made a new channel is really going to give him a kick in the ass, because when he gets to 1,000 subscribers and then he tries to get it monetized, usually we're going to be like, bye. So that's going to give him a kick in the ass. Joy will eventually end up like that, because people were getting sick of his shit before and they're going to get sick of his shit again. And John's just constantly making mistakes. And I think if he really starts on certain people, namely one person with the initials of JS, because what he's forgetting is Peter Munn has a relatively good friendship with Shane, and he has kind of a rapport with Jeffrey, but yet John has gone after Peter, and he's never gone after Shane per se, but he's thinking that if he's nice to Jeffrey, that he'll then get a collab with Jeffrey. It's like, really, you're expecting to get a collab with Jeffrey after what you did to Peter? There's not a chance. And the amount of time that he went after Jeffrey, and the amount of time that he went after, and then he had a lipstick colour, which was the same colour and the same name as Jeffrey's. I'm surprised Jeff didn't sue him, but you know, time will tell. I recently bought a really weird lipstick shade myself. Probably use it at Halloween. But yeah, a lot of people don't realise how nasty this makes them look. They just think, oh, I can do this and I can do that and I can get away with it. It's like, no. Eventually people will have enough of your shit and say, bye. And they're getting that way. Anyway, I'm going to bugger off and I'm going to have something to eat and then go to sleep. Because it's like just after 1 o'clock. I also need to have my meds as well. So, we've got town in the morning. Then what else have we got? That's it. And then Tuesday is something else is happening. Wednesday, something else is happening. And Thursday's probably shopping. Thursday, Friday. Oh joy. But sorry, not too bad. So yeah, things are getting there. I do have toothache at the minute, but dentist is a bit expensive, so she'll have to wait. Not only that, I can't go to a dentist anyway, so hopefully it'll pass. And we'll just go from there, because I can't go to a dentist because of my condition. So. Anyway, stay safe, be good, have fun. I will hopefully do a video on Wednesday. Hopefully something will come and slap me and say, do cover this, and I'll cover it. Okay? So, be good, stay safe, have fun, and I will see you Wednesday.